Me again. Okay, so this is our strategic plan update for curriculum and instruction. Our primary goal was to research and evaluate the changing mobility and transitory rate of students and how that mobility is impacting our curriculum and instructional needs of Franklin Township, and develop a plan based on review and research for addressing the results of our analysis, with our secondary goal looking at the need to include community-based programs to identify the potential effectiveness of onboarding, orientation, and supporting our mobile population. So I know this is very small, but just some of the goals that we've been working on. So transfer in and out procedure. So we have worked with the secretaries to have transfer out instructions. We've revised them, we've finalized them, and they will be used in all 3 schools starting in September. We are starting a new student initial diagnostic and class placement method that we are piloting out. And then we have also created an exit survey, trying to look at the logistics of what that exit survey is going to be. But when a parent comes in to transfer their students out, we've created a survey that we want them to complete that gives us a little bit more information as to where they're going and why they're going versus just what school are they going to, what state are they going to. We're looking to streamline the transition information between Janvier, Main Road, and Ritter. So there's definitely some logistical and financial and coverage issues when we're having the students visit the other classes. We talked about using technology, possibly allowing the 2nd and the 3rd grade students and the 4th and the 5th grade students some time via Google Meet or whatever to meet each other and talk about the next grade level and what to expect when they transition to different schools. We had a teacher survey that we developed for the transitional grades to identify what is working, what are we doing to get the students prepared and ready for the next school, the next building that they're going to. And then what are some ideas that we could put into place to make it even better? The principals reviewed those surveys and we sent out the data collection. So we'll be looking to continue talking about that area of our goal next school year and looking to see what we'll put into place as they transition at the end of next school year. We're still working with Delcy to create the memorialization document. We did have more articulation this year. I know the teachers were very appreciative of that. Our related arts teachers and Delcy's related arts teachers met and had articulation in March, and then our ELA, math, social studies, and science teachers went to Delcy at the May PD Day for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, for articulation with them as well. Taking a look at facilitation of middle school opportunities for 6th grade students. So Delcy coming to 6th grade lunch periods to engage informally with the student, meet and greet them. They don't really meet them before they come over there, the administration. A future suggestion is to develop that meet and greet to include like I wish I knew. So focusing on those 7th grade students coming back to the 6th grade students, what did they wish they know when they got to Delcy that would have helped them transition over? Our student total time in month and our time in the district year and month, and the transfer rate. So we've done the transfer. We're going to continue logging the transfers, analyzing that data, and Linkit tells me that they are coming out with an update this summer where it'll be very easy for us to pull the student data in relation to how long students have been in our district. So I'm eager to try that out and see what that looks like as soon as they get that done. This is something that Zach actually put together for us. He just did a little bit of digging and went back to the 16-17 school year and looked at how many students did we have in our district, and then he did all of the work of comparing the student names and seeing who was still with us every single school year. So starting in kindergarten in 16-17, there were 176 students that entered kindergarten that year. When they got to 1st grade, 160 of those 176 were still with us. When they got to 2nd grade, 150 of those students of the 176 were still with us. By 3rd grade, we were down to 145 of the 176. 4th grade, 134 of the 176. fifth grade 119, and sixth grade 117 of the original 176 students that came in kindergarten. So the chart below gives you the percentage. So 61% of the students were still with us by the time they got to sixth grade. He did that for every year. You guys can look at that yourselves. The next slide is the total population. So how many students were enrolled? So the 176 students that came in kindergarten, in first grade, 160 of them were still with us, but we had 189 students in kindergarten at the time. So of the 189, 160 of them were with us in kindergarten. Are there any questions about how to read that chart? Everybody's okay with that? And then we always say for our committee, data-driven and people-focused. So focusing in on that to make our decisions. Questions on the update?
Would it be possible for us to see the survey that the teachers did in regards to the streamlining for legally Ritter?
Yeah, I could look it up.
Because we didn't, we didn't see that information.
No.
And I would just say, I know you're saying logistically it's really hard to get the kids physically into the schools, but personally, I would say if we can do it, to try and do it that way.
We did do it, but we were talking about like having them visit classrooms and be able to go in. We're doing, instead of just kind of walking through the building,
right.
And then it's like finding coverage for those teachers so they could leave their current kids to talk to the kids coming in. So we do that, but it's more of just a tour. So we were like, what could we do to have them interact a little bit more?
Hopefully you guys can figure it out. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? You're welcome, thank you.